Yeah, I know I haven't made a proper YouTube video in like 3 months. I'm sorry. Let me catch you up on where I've been really quick. Broken Ties had its premiere at a festival. I was featured as a guest on a panel. I just recently co-directed a short, and I've also written my next one. Long story short, it's been a busy couple of months. And honestly, the reason I've uploaded like 3 videos ever since The Mirror came out is just that I've been doing bigger things. I worked on this one with a VFX company. I helped out with these two. I was an audio guy on this one. I shot and edited a behind the scenes video for this acting studio. I was an extra in this one and that one. I shot some stuff with a VHS camera. That was pretty fun. And, you know, kind of also wrote and directed and produced and edited this one. This is a real spreadsheet that I had to make before I made Broken Ties. This was the editing timeline. I did those. Long story short, 2024 was kind of my year. But now I need your guys' help to make this one just as good. Another not as long story short, I've written my 3rd film. And the good news here is you can help me make this film happen directly because I'm crowdfunding. I'm making this video to get my reach as far out as possible to get as many people to help me out as I can. Before I tell you how you can help out, I want to tell you a little bit about the film first. My 3rd film was called A Man Named Lonnie, and I'm sure you can tell from the logo that I'm trying something different here. It's a short story that talks about artists and creators being stuck in a bubble. That fine balance between keeping the audience happy and doing what they want you to do, but also doing what you want to do as a creator. It's made by me and a group of insanely talented artists for artists. I think it's a message that's told throughout this film that's pretty important for a lot of people to hear, especially young and up-and-coming creatives like myself. Some of the more technical stuff about this film, I'm aiming for a roughly 8-minute runtime, so about the same as The Mirror, which is great because it helps me take that to film festivals all around. Given its shorter runtime, that just means I'm able to cram in a much higher production quality compared to its runtime. Guys, I am super dedicated to making this film the best it can possibly be. I'm working with some of the best cast and crew that I know of to make it happen, and they're all pouring so much passion into this one. Now that I've pitched to you a little bit about what the film's about, I want to pitch to you about how you can help me make the film. As I mentioned earlier and in the title of the video, I'm crowdfunding. In the description of the video, you'll find a link to a fundraiser that I've set up where you can go donate to make the movie happen. Seriously, every dollar counts, and if we hit our fundraising goal, then we are well on our way to make this movie happen. And so here's a breakdown of where all of that money will be going. We have a fundraising goal of $1,700 Canadian, and here's how we're going to split it. We have $130 set aside for pre-production. This is all of our wardrobe, which I think you can tell we're going to need some period piece outfits, all of our props, which we'll get into later, and just generally whatever else we need before we get to set. Speaking of set, we have $400 set aside to get this shoot at an actual studio. Without giving too much away about the film, we actually need this. Like, there's no way to work around it. This red stuff is really important to me. This is just over $600 set aside to pay our cast and crew for helping me out with this. It is very much worth it, and it's really important to me to pay everybody at least something just as a thank you for helping me out. We have $300 set aside for distribution. Guys, film festivals are expensive. One submission to TIFF is like $300, and no, you probably won't get selected, and no, you don't get your money back. I know it's really far out, but it's always good to look at where I want this film to go, and I think if we can raise the amount of money needed, we can give this film a little festival run. We have $55 set aside for post-production. It would be a lot more, but I'm editing and I'm happy to do it for free. The $55 that we do have will be going to composing and coloring to make this film look and sound as good as it possibly can. And finally, we have $50 set aside as just our little contingency, as if something goes wrong or something costs a little bit more, and just in case. A Man Named Lonnie is going to be a one-day shoot in early March, so we have plenty of time to reach our fundraising goal. As I mentioned earlier, I cannot stress this enough, every dollar counts. For everybody that donates, regardless of how much, you'll be getting a credit in the final film, so your name will be up on the big screen. You'll get an Instagram shout-out from both my personal account and an account made dedicated to the movie. And just between you and me, I'll owe you a favor. Even if you can't donate, there's still tons of ways you can help and support the film. In the description, you'll also find a link to an Instagram account that I made that's solely for the movie, so you can find all our production updates on our cast, crew, how production's going. You can find all of that there. Right now, we also have more info on crowdfunding if you want to go take a look at that. I'm also posting a bunch more on my personal account, which you can find in the description as well. One final plug before the video ends. To recap, we have the fundraiser as the top link in the description. We have a fundraising goal of $1,700 Canadian dollars, but genuinely any amount that you can give counts. Whatever you can give genuinely makes a world of difference. If you can't give anything or want to support in a different way, you can go and follow the Instagram account dedicated to the film. You can see all the exciting updates that we have over there. And honestly, just being here, watching this video is so supportive and means the world to me. Anyways, that's about all I have to say here. My name is Ben Coates. I'm the writer, director, and producer of A Man Named Lonnie, and I'll see you later. I guess that's good enough.